Good morning everyone, I am here at Aston Martin Cambridge to drive a Vanquish S. It's slightly in the background, but we'll get there. And also on top of that, I'm here to tell you about how you can actually win one with a competition associated with Aston Martin Cambridge and the Red Arrows. It's quite a cool opportunity. I will explain down below and also later on in the video what the details are, but let's have a little look around. Here we are in the Vanquish S. Now, I'd like to say thank you to Aston Martin Cambridge, who have got me into this car right now. One of the reasons I'm here to drive the car, but Aston Martin Cambridge are doing this quite cool project they've done 2 so far, and the final one is on the Red Arrows, and they are basically making 10 cars as a homage to the Red Arrows. Now, these cars they're all red, and they're in a certain colour, which is called Exel, I think. I've definitely just got that wrong. But it's a really cool, very nice red, and it's only going to be on the 10 Red Arrows cars. The interiors and stuff are going to be pretty kind of, not mental, but just, I thought originally it was just going to be a new colour and some stripes or something. That doesn't seem to be the case. They're going to have these crazy headliners which are going to look like you're looking up out of a Red Arrows jet, and then all the details inside. It's going to be just like loads of amazing little details, and I will cut to a couple of clips of the brochure and things in the car. It just basically looks like a really quite a cool project, and if you're into the Red Arrows and you're sort of flying heritage, if you buy one of those cars, you basically get tied to one of the Red Arrows, and so each car is slightly different, so 1 to 10, and they all have slightly different stuff in them, and when you buy that, it gets handed over by your corresponding Red Arrows pilot. Anyway, very cool project. I'll put the details in the bottom so you can have a look at those cars. Very awesome, and you can actually win one. They are raising money for the RAF Benevolent Fund, and you can put some money into a raffle and win one. But it's just a really quite a cool project that they're putting together, and that has put me into the Vanquish S. What do I think so far? It's a cruiser, I think. You get in this and you just want... Aston Martin to me has always been awesome sounding V12s. Just like, like cruising around, making amazing noises. Sitting in this car right now, the S over the normal Vanquish, so the sort of update, has a louder exhaust. It has the quad exhaust rather than the 2 pipes. The interior has this kind of crushed carbon that we're seeing a lot of these days, which maybe your thing, maybe not your thing, but I think it looks quite cool in this car. A similar sort of thing. On the overrun, you just get that like noise. Yeah, sounds good. This car has the 8-speed ZF gearbox, which I went in an original Vanquish quite a long time ago. I think it was one of the earlier ones. It was actually on Gumball. I was taking photos and I ended up in a passengering in a Vanquish, and the gearbox seemed really slow. Now this gearbox is much more responsive. You change down, makes awesome noises. I'm gonna have to cut some of the burbles and stuff. crazy, kind of like spidery stitching on the interior, which just makes it look. It looks pretty awesome. It's a little bit like crazy, but it looks really cool. You can have it in different colours and stuff. From the outside, there's a few bits more carbon, and the car, I would just say overall, just looks a bit more aggressive. It's quite cool. I think it's a cool looking car. Handling. What do I think handling wise? I've been driving this car for 15 minutes or so, something like that. I've had some country roads, and it turns in a lot better than I kind of thought it. It doesn't. The way I would describe it is it doesn't feel heavy. I know it's quite a heavy car. It's about 1,800 kilos, but it doesn't feel that heavy. It's very responsive. Turns in well. It's got this steering wheel, which I believe is from the 177, and it handles. We were sort of blasting down some country roads, and the ride quality is firm but nicely damped, which is kind of what you want, I guess. Pretty awesome, really. I think this is a good car, and I'm liking it. And I could definitely have one of these. I wouldn't have this as my kind of, for me, what I love in cars. I would say in a sports car is sort of dynamic driving. I don't think this is the car. You could definitely drive it quickly. You could definitely have a lot of fun. But I don't think it's, in my mind, it's not that necessarily that sort of car. It's more of a GT cruiser. You've got the V12. It sounds amazing. You get the Aston Martin-ness, as in, if you're driving a Ferrari, everyone hates you. Like, a perfect example was pulling out of the dealership earlier, loads of traffic, and so many people stopped just to let you pull out. In an Aston Martin, everyone is your friend. Some other brands, there's connotations that is associated. In the UK anyway, people aren't necessarily as friendly. But in an Aston, you get smiles from everyone. Everyone wants to come up and have a look at the car. And it's nice. It's nice and comfy. Would I have the roof? I think if I was going to buy this car, I'd probably have one. Would I have one without a roof? I don't know. I live in the UK. No roof is not massively useful, but maybe no roof. I don't know. It's cool though. It's a cool car. That warble, that V12 warble in this car is amazing. I think that's the one thing I remembered about when I was younger. Aston Martins was V12, like the DBS. And stuff like that, just driving past and just at low speed, just going blah, 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 blah. None of the other V12s, I think, have that kind of noise. Right, let's put my foot down. Noise level wise, I think we're about right. It's not crazy loud. It's not like I drove Tim's GTA and that is frankly ridiculous. Not the sort of volume of car you want to be cruising around at. You're going to get all sorts. But this is definitely, it's a loud car. Let's put the windows down a little bit. I want to enjoy a bit of that noise. Right, I've got a nice de-restricted time in a little bit. Let's put my foot down. V12. Oh. Yes, this is what we like. More cars like this, please. Turbos, no. Naturally aspirated, V12, V8. Ah, yes. This is the sort of car we want. Woo. Very nice. Very, very nice. Right, I'm just finishing up here at Aston Martin Cambridge with the Vanquish S. One awesome car. Sounds amazing. Handles very well. I'd say it's a pretty good GT cruiser. And if you want to have some fun or some twisties as well, it's 600 horsepower, it pulls, it's awesome. Definitely come drive one. Check it out.